Okay, first thing. What do you think about that?
Arch back.
So what's that going to do?
Needs to be straighter.
Why?
If you're leaning too far forward, your weight is too far forward, then the swing comes through a different angle.
Not quite. What does you, in relationship to how your body looks from an anatomical standpoint? Mid-thoracic, so this stuff through here, right?
Yep.
Does it look like that in day-to-day life?
No.
Or if you stood up properly, does it look like that?
No.
Okay, so if you tried to rotate doing that, do you think you'd rotate properly?
Not at all.
No. So what happens is if your body allowed you to, which it will not, you would end up crunching your spine like you wouldn't believe, right?
Okay.
So in actual fact, we want you to bend more from the waist but have a straighter spine.
Okay.
So it allows you to rotate a little bit more effectively. So your spine will have a little curvature at the top and a little curvature at the base. But this stuff here is going to be relatively straight, right? Okay. So if we get you to turn properly, you're going to have to zero that spine out somehow. Okay?
Okay.
Because I can guarantee you your brain will not allow you to rotate from there. So what will happen is we will move around because of that. Okay? So if we take that as a reference point, we take that as a reference point, and then we jump over here and we start to look at that.
Yep.
And we look at the leverage here, which is already broken down. So we want that to be relatively straight, right?
Yep.
Okay. So then as we start to take this sucker back, we're going to start to move around a bit because our spine will not allow us to rotate like that.
Okay.
So it's already moving, and already we've got the dance move going on. Yeah?
Yeah.
Not real good for golf, right? So you've moved around, now you're trying to zero your spine out, so you're straightening up. So your whole body's raising up. That's why you miss hit the first one and rolled it along the ground, right?
Yeah.
And then the next one, this one, you've got to be a really good athlete to get it to come back down again. Now, look where you're at.
Goes again.
Well, you're below where you were before, right? So that's where you were, the box. So now you're below that. So then something has to give. That's where we start to do this. Now, if you play golf for any length of period of time, I can guarantee you get tendonitis in your left elbow. And your shoulder issues later on, rotator cuffs and things like that. Okay? So we've got to make sure that you tend not to do that. Right? I don't want you to do that. So we're going to just straighten up your spine. And we're going to get you moving properly that way. And that is my first port of call. Always, regardless of whether it's my elite athletes or not, because you've got to remember some of my guys are going to travel 30 to 35 hours to get to a tournament. So they'll travel from Australia to the US to Europe to wherever, and then jump in a car and have to travel to a tournament and yada 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 from there. So we always make sure they reset themselves, get them in a decent posture,
Okay.
get their muscles reactivated, understand because they've been sitting in planes and trains and yada yada yada. So let's get you doing that to begin with, and then we'll be able to get you to keep really, really stable, and that hub will stay fairly stable. Because if we move that hub and the leverage stays the same, you'll change the contact point with the ground. Okay? And my only fundamental in golf, there's basics, but there's only one fundamental, is you hitting the ground at the same place each time. That's it. Okay? Let's go and do that.